So you gotta pay the bar, and that's 10 push-ups. But you know what? That's not even like the worst idea ever. That's not even like a woke philosophy. I feel like that's like a military. I've seen that in like the movies before, like 15 years ago. Do you want to watch a little bit of the gameplay from Dragon Age? If you want to do an unbiased let's play, let me know, and one of us will bite the bullet and get the game. But I thought this would be fun to react to some of the gameplay of Veilguard and give our honest opinions about that. How's that sound, guys?
All right.
Amazing. So, once again, this is in the news.
Mm-hmm.
No clue why. I'm apparently not caught up on it, but everybody's hating on this, and I am wondering why.
Absolutely. Well, there's a couple reasons why. And you should know the pros and the cons of both. One pro, I would say, is that Dragon Age has always been very progressive. I think in the last Dragon Age, you were even able to like have same-sex marriages, and that was before same-sex marriage was even legal in the United States. Okay, so this game has always been progressive. The boy he cried woke.
I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, is not applicable here, if that makes sense. But what people are crying woke about, and I think might be for good reasons or not. Comment down below what do you think. But you now have the ability to have these top chest scars on your character. So like when you're trying to like create a character, you can change like the hair, and you can change your butt can be like either this big or this big. It's very very small butt, and very small boobs from what I've heard people complain about. But for the character, you can make them bald. You can give them long hair. Someone made their character look like Asmongold. So like when you've got that kind of character customization, you've got a lot of character customization. But one of the things you can do is give your character top surgery scars. So that's one of the main controversies, and it's not.
Well, part of it is just bringing. It's supposed to be a fantasy game.
It's a fantasy game, and you're bringing real world. Yeah, that's not an escape.
Like stuff like that in there.
That makes sense. Matt, does that sway your opinion about this video game at all yet?
No.
No.
I don't get why we get so nerd rage over something like that. But cool.
I think a lot of it, and not to cast shade on fellow YouTubers or whatever, but I think some of it is a lot of rage bait clicking, getting overly upset about this. Now I will say I don't want to say it's perverse. I think it's a little weird that for a lot of video games, we've gone from male and female characters to type 1 and type 2 characters. Like, that's weird. And everyone knows why you're doing that. Everyone knows who you're pandering to. Is it the end of the world? No. But is it an agenda shoved down your throat and therefore susceptible to being hated? Yes. 110% yes. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm not a big fan of that, but
but
like you're saying, it's not the
the end of the world. It's not.
But
but I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Matt, what do you think? Do you care?
I really don't care as long as the game is good.
But if you're a dungeon master,
that's not an option. That's not an option that I would ever like look into or like design my character around.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's one of these things like.
So skip it, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like so. Like
skip over that rage.
Yeah, like so. Some people like to invert their controls, right? You guys remember like inverted controls, like in the mid knots, like that was like the whole thing. Like
didn't even give you the option,
right?
To change
You look up, you look down, right? So like yeah, like dude, if you don't want to invert your controls, don't invert your controls. You don't want top surgery scars, don't have top surgery scars.
We got so used to inverted. And then,
now,
I feel like South Park.
It's an agenda. It's pandering.
Have had even weirder options for their characters, and it's especially weird when you consider that you're playing as a kid. But hey, because that's a comedy, that's funny. But this all of a sudden is an agenda.
Well,
being
you're,
shoved down
you're
your
playing as a
throat.
kid, but it's definitely not for kids. And what do you have any
No, I get
examples
it,
for
yeah.
weird? Like, I think one of the funniest things ever is that they made the difficulty, like the easy mode was white and like the hard the difficulty.
Yep.
But I wouldn't say that's weird. I would say that's South Park being topical or political on the current zeitgeist.
I forget which one, the stick of truth and which one it was, but you can literally have your character have balls for a chin. All right, so if we're
Character
talking about,
design. Yeah, if you're talking about character design, yes.
you see what I mean? But if you think that's disgusting, you don't do it. If you think it's weird,
Yeah,
you
don't watch Family Guy.
Like,
Yeah,
cool.
no, that makes sense.
So
I just see
is
that
the
as,
game good? Because
I just see that as funny, in my opinion.
Exactly, the libertarian approach. Yeah, weird is funny. You know, way back when it could be funny.
so here's my follow-up question.
No. Wait a second. Look at this. Look at this boss. This looks cool.
See, that's cool.
Oh, Pride Demon? What is Pride Demon? Yeah, what are we... I'm just kidding. Is that a coincidence for what we were just talking about? Probably.
All right. So which Dragon Age is this? Because I think the last one I played was Origins.
It's
I'm
the
not sure
Veilguard. This just
What
came
number
out.
this is? I haven't played the Dragon Age
Number
games.
4, no DLC.
I figured like Origins was a few years ago, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was 20.
$2009, brother.
Yeah, so 15 years ago. Shit.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, like I said before, gay marriage was even legalized.
Yeah, Xbox
Thanks, Obama.
360. Xbox 360, man.
God, the 360 is the best.
Dude, the 360 I love, and I think that's because, and I mean this in a nice way, because before I had kids, so
There was
I
a
could
lot of
actually
good
enjoy the
times.
console. And now that I have like a PS4 and a Switch, like I never have time for games anymore, so I can't enjoy the consoles.
No. The consoles don't deserve your love. The consoles. I've got an Xbox. No. Ever since I switched over to PC.
Master Race.
Yes, no, I've been console my
100%,
entire
100%.
life. But ever since I switched over to PC, I don't go back. No, why do I have a random
one of the best-
$400 Xbox is laying around? Because I'm not using it. Because I've got a computer.
Yeah, like
Or-
unless I'm gaming on something with a couple of my
Oh,
friends.
what's
I'm-
an Xbox
I'm usually
exclusive?
on like
What's an
YouTube or
Xbox
streaming
exclusive?
on my Xbox. But it
So
does
what-
4K.
One of the best gifts I ever got was my brother bought me an Xbox controller and the Xbox Pass for PC, so now I can play all those games
Oh, no,
with
the
controller
Pride
on my
Demon's
PC. And I'll tell you, my PC has a lot better, output than all that Xbox shit.
It's
so,
made by the same company.
right?
Absurd!
Microsoft, so
Absurd! You know what else is absurd? Is how big that crossbow is.
Just looking at the dude's face, I forgot how short he was when it was zoomed in on him. I was like,
A
he
girl.
has freckles. How dare she have freckles? That's
He's got the one ring. Get him, Frodo. Oh, she's short too. All right, so like, who designed this character? He's got gray hair, but his beard's very brown, very black. It was dye beard is what Peacemaker would,
does he
would
have
call
gray
it.
hair, or is that just? Well, yeah, now it looks.
That's
gray.
gray. Yeah, it's gray hair, but not in his beard.
Come on, Varric. We didn't come all this way just to talk to him.
I do like games that give you like voice options.
Yep, 100%, and that's a crazy amount that you have to like record.
Yeah,
But
because
one of-
you have to cover all the different options.
Yeah.
What about this new generative AI in Unreal 5, where you can have like just intuitive
With the
conversations
NPCs, you can actually talk to them. That's crazy.
Yeah, if you have a microphone, instead of having like 4 things to choose from, you can just have a conversation with them, and then you use ChatGPT.
That is pretty crazy.
To come up with a Turing level response. Passes the Turing test.
Dude, I have to say the sound quality of this is really good.
This
Like-
looks good. This
Like
looks
with
like
a nice
good game.
headset on, I like the the animation looks great, but like
The colors
with a good
look
headset
good.
on, I literally heard the arrow pass through my headphones just now,
Nice.
and it's crazy.
Yeah, so that's a good little like.
And that's
audio
going
right
through
there.
YouTube, through Discord, through your computer
Yep.
to like, yeah, like that's several. That's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I have heard one big complaint is that you can't switch between you, the main character, and your companions in the game. I don't know if that's nitpicking. Comment down below if that's like a big deal. I don't usually play these games. You know, I'm usually playing Halo, and
Yeah.
you know, you're the Master Chief. You don't want to switch to a Marine.
Dude, speaking of the games with voice options, one of the best ones I've played before was Detroit Become Human on PlayStation.
Oh, I've heard
that, and
about
I really
that.
wanted to play that
Dude,
one. Yeah.
there's so many different options. They actually give you a timeline thing, and you can try to unlock it playing it multiple times.
Nice. Uh oh.
So
Goodbye, crossbow.
controversial opinion. I prefer turn-based RPGs over action-based RPGs.
Boo. Yeah, it's very controversial. Defend
a
thyself.
I'm a JRPG fan. Final Fantasy VII was like the pinnacle of my high school.
Oh yeah,
Just
especially
like-
starting
yeah.
with Final Fantasy.
Exactly. So
No, I'll do
I
Pokemon
didn't-
turn-based, and that's
Yeah,
it for
I
me.
did.
I tried Final Fantasy. I can't do that turn-based. No, Risk
I-
and Pokemon.
See, I grew up with like Metal Gear, but I also had PC still when I was younger, so I was playing like StarCraft and Diablo.
Right? You got
So-
that Zerg rush. Ain't nobody waiting when they playing the Zerg. They coming for
So
your
I
base in
don't
the
mind-
first 3 minutes.
I don't mind action games if I'm on PC, but if I'm on a console with like a controller, I don't know if my fingers just go dumb or something. I feel
First
old.
person shooter.
Right, I feel old. You know, it's like, where is he? Where are we looking? What's
What-
going on
What's
here?
happening here playing Halo
Right.
Wars? Yeah.
Whereas
Already
if
greatly
I get the
improved.
mouse, you know, WASD, let's go.
You got that. Yeah, I guess some like Sid Meier's I could do turn-based too. Everyone's gotta get
One thing I saw people were worrying about is like, how is the new? I think they're making a new Mass Effect, and how's that going to turn out with some of the stuff going into games now?
Not well. It's probably going to be for VR only though, so no one has to worry about it. No one's going to play it. No one will see it.
All right, this is a really cool scene. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah,
I'm
so
telling you,
like
this.
This
yeah,
looks
I
pretty
think
legit.
gameplay wise, has been overall good with it.
Why tear down the veil, knowing all the lives it'll cost?
But we're the Veilguard.
Journey years ago. Do you believe that I would do this if there was some other better option?
He does look like Voldemort.
Together, now!
Come on, you other.
You
Push
have-
that.
Think of how heavy that is.
My downfall.
You have my shield
And my
and my
axe.
arrow.
And my DEI hires. Oh,
Think of how heavy that is.
there goes the monolith.
What? Just knock the whole place over.
Not the Veilguard.
Why did we hold this whole thing up with that one pull?
Oh my God, that's a great point. That whole thing was put together by one
Well, it became a
fucking
domino
piece
effect.
of wood. Goodbye, Gobekli Tempe.